Hi, it's Martin and welcome to another video on my Knit365 YouTube channel. Today's video is a project video where I'm going to share with you a new knitting subscription box and we're going to make a very special project together. So I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Hooks and Needles, for supporting this video. They've got something really exciting that I can't wait to share with you, so stick around while we make this project. So I've been talking throughout February about my own mental health, how I balance my busy corporate day job with my crafting and my hobbies. You know, this is the Knit365 channel after all. It's how I do a little bit of knitting or crochet or spinning every day. And Hooks and Needles got in touch to tell me about their knitting and crochet subscription boxes. But it's linked to the campaign around the importance of slowing down in a fast-paced world. And I just thought that was the perfect opportunity to learn more about what Hooks and Needles are offering and see how it could benefit me and you lovely folks here in the Knit365 community. I don't do a lot of these sponsor or collaborations. It's really important to me to find someone that shares my personal values and has an interest to me personally that I then think would have an interest with you. So I'm really excited to be working with Hooks and Needles today. So this is going to be a project blog where I show you what's in the box. We're going to do an unboxing. And then hopefully you'll follow my progress from the unboxing through to a finished item. That's the idea. We all know I get easily distracted. So hopefully I finish the project in time for when I want to put this video live. But you know that I love a project blog and I know that you love a project blog. So hopefully you're excited to learn more as I share this project with you. So, as we know, crafting isn't just a hobby. It's my personal secret to staying calm in a really hectic world. And as I said, it's something that I've been talking about over on my written blog throughout February. You're all here to follow my crafty adventures. As I said, this is the Knit365 blog channel about how I craft a little every day. So I think it really aligns neatly with what Hooks and Needles are trying to achieve, who are looking to make it possible and super easy for beginners and also those more adventurous of you with projects and all of the things that you need in one simple box. So I've got this box here and in a moment I will spin you around and we'll do an unboxing and I'll show you the content. But the one thing I really liked about this is for the subscription box, they always ship in a set sequence. And when I was reading more about that and that service from Hooks and Needles, it was really interesting as a concept because so often you see subscriptions or monthly clubs from different people. And if you miss that club, you've kind of missed the beginning. So if there's a specific box that you wanted, you've kind of missed it if you haven't subscribed from the beginning. Well, actually, Hooks and Needles ship their boxes sequentially. So whenever you place your first order, you will always get the first box in the series, regardless of when you do that. And I think that's a really nice, neat little touch. So that means then that every subscriber gets the full experience. So you're all going to get the same patterns. And actually what you find is through the boxes, there's a bit of a journey. So the projects will build on each other in terms of difficulty and complexity, so that actually you all build the same foundation of skills as you're going. And it guarantees that no one misses out on any part of the series, which I really like that in terms of giving you that consistency. I am going to put a link in the description box below. And if you are interested in learning more about the subscription boxes, please click that link and head to the website where you'll find out more information. But actually as well, if you were interested in signing up to either the knitting box or the crochet box, then you can use the code Martin20 to get 20% off the cost of your first box. So I've got a knitting box here and I'm going to open that up and spin you around in a moment so that we can take a look at that. But there's also a crochet box. And again, I feel like it's a really interesting one to share with you folks. I'm bistitchual. I can knit and I can crochet. But I know there's lots of you that are knitters or crocheters who may be interested in understanding about the other one. And if this is a good opportunity for you to learn a little bit more, then I'm really happy to have shared this with you. So if you are a new viewer here, hi, this is a specific project blog where we're going to make one of the projects from this video, from this box, sorry. There are other videos here on the channel if you want to hop back and see some of my previous content. Of course, if you're a returning viewer, hi, hello, thank you so much for being here. and giving me a little bit more of your time today. So I've also got a spoiler to say behind the scenes. I'm now going to change outfit because I recorded this once, or I thought I recorded this once, on Sunday, just gone, and it didn't record. So, letting you behind the curtain, I'm now going to spin you around and we're going to do the unboxing, but I will look different because I have a longer beard and I'm also in my comfies on a Sunday. So don't adjust your sets if you see that there's a difference. We'll do the unboxing, and then as with my project blogs, I will take you on the journey with me. I'll show you what I get up to, how we make the project and how it all comes together. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, let's stay positive. In this video, we will have a finished object that I can share with you. So let me hand you now back to Martin from Sunday, and we'll do the unboxing. Okay, so I have spun you around and I've just ripped the bottom of the box. So let's do an unboxing. So, Nooks and Needles, lovely little branding on the front of the box. And then if I open up the box, so we've got the little booklet with knitting inspiration and some lovely pictures of wool on the front. We'll go through the booklet in a moment. And then we've got this month's colours. So we've got this really lovely purpley colour, violet maybe, cream, and this orange within the box. And then also within the box, we've got some really lovely little goodies. So it gives you everything that you need. So we have a cable needle, or a single like double point. We've got some little buttons. Oh, they're cute. We've got some lovely looking, they're like a swan, like the bird scissors. Tapestry needles, I'm guessing. Yes, sewing needles. And really safety first with the little stoppers on the end. There's stoppers on the scissors as well, so absolutely safe in terms of delivery. And then we've got needles. So literally, when it says you get everything in the box, I don't think I need anything. So I've got a needle, I've got a darning needle, and then I'm guessing these are for the project. So I haven't, let's jump in and look at the booklet then. So we're obviously going to be making something with these three colours. So without giving away any of the pattern, so let me just show you what's in the booklet. So greetings knitting family, so excited to welcome you to the Hooks and Needles and your first monthly box. Whether you're a beginner or an advanced knitter, there's no doubt you found the perfect place to indulge your love for the craft. So it then gives you a list of the items included within the box. There's a letter from the founder, and then how to read knitting charts. So some information in there. Tells you then about using markers and row counters, and then introducing this month's yarn. So we're excited to introduce you to our yarn, Merino Charm, crafted from 100% extra fine, unshrinkable merino wool made in Italy. Each of the three skeins weighs 50 grams and is 136 yards long. And I can tell you, as a merino, it is very soft and really nice and squishy. This yarn offers a luxurious and authentic crafting experience with a soft, smooth texture and durability for ease of care. As you knit this month's pattern with Merino Charm, take a moment to appreciate the love that lies within every stitch. So then this month's patterns are the sunset bag. Then we've got a mug cozy. And we've got a gradient scarf. So I'm guessing then looking at the double point. So that's the cable needle for, what we have the cable needle for. And then it gives you a close-up of the patterns. So there's the bag. I think I'm probably going to do the bag. So there's the bag. And I'll just show you the first piece. So there's step-by-step photographs within each of these. Every step has how to cast on, how to get started. And then it tells you how to measure your piece, etc. And then how to join it. So the mug cozy with the cable needles, but obviously we've got this little owl effect. So the 2 buttons are if you want to make the mug cozy. And then the third pattern is the gradient scarf, which might be quite nice in my hand spun at some point in the future. So actually within the booklet as well, I've just spotted, yeah, that's the same for all of them. There's a QR code as well. So you can scan the QR code and it'll take you to a digital copy of the pattern if that's your preferred way of knitting, I guess, rather than using a physical pattern in the booklet. There's a little bit more then about mental health and why knitting makes you calm, which I talked about earlier on, and the ethos behind the boxes and the hooks and needles at the moment. Recipe of the month. Each month we're bringing you a surprise that's as delightful as perfect as a perfectly crafted stitch. So we've got a recipe in here for a cozy apple crumble, but they're actually looking like the little bites. Could eat one of those now. And then, yeah, just some information about their social media on how to find them and tag them in their Instagram and Facebook. And it just says, as we come to the end of this month's Hooks and Needle adventure, we hope you truly enjoy your knitting projects. Next month, we've got an exciting box in store, packed with exclusive yarns, patterns, etc., etc. And then, yeah, there's a glossary on the back page, covering up a QR code. So, yeah, there we go. Right. So I talked a bit about the purpose and why I'm interested in understanding more about this. I've got the knitting box. It is a lazy Sunday here in South Wales. So I think I'm going to make the bag because it's the all the squares. I really do like these colours and I actually think one of the nieces would love a little over-the-shoulder shopper. Maybe even my mum, actually. I'm going to make that anyway. I'm going to make the bag. So I've got everything that I need, apparently, in the box. I don't need that. I need that. So everything I need in the box. So I'm going to, that could be that could be the thumbnail. Bear with. You know I need to set the thumbnail as part of the... So I'm going to get going and I'll pop back and hopefully I'll be able to do this as a project blog. And you've now seen the box and I'll do a little bit of footage as I'm going and we'll have a finished object at the end, but we'll see. I want to get this video up at the end of February. So we'll see how I get on, but I'm hunkered down. I'm cozy in this is my Rory cardigan it's a West Yorkshire Spinners pattern. And I'm hunkered down on a cozy Sunday. So that's going to be me for the rest of the day. So I won't get it finished today, but I'll pop back a bit later on and share my progress with you. Good morning, good morning. It is 5:14. Couldn't angle that camera then. It's early. I'm wearing my hoodie. It's cold. I've just taken Mark to the station. So it is Wednesday. Just taken Mark to the train station because he's gone to London to work for the day. Just been to plug the car in to charge it. Have we talked about the fact I've got an electric car now? We've gone green. But living in a flat, we haven't got a charger at home. So I'm charging it in various places. So I've just gone to plug the car in on the way home from dropping Mark off. And I've now got a few hours before work. So I'm going to make a cup of coffee. And this is where I've got to. It's been a few days since I checked in. So I'm over halfway now on the third square. So I'm going to finish, hopefully, well, I'm going to do a couple of hours now while the car is charging before I start work. Should hopefully be fully charged in 2 hours. So I'll use that as the timer. How much knitting will I get done while the car is charging? But I've got all the layers on because it's really cold out. So just dropped him to the station, had the heating on in the car, obviously, got out the car and then had to walk literally like 3 minutes. It's not far away, the nearest charger to us, and it was free. Win. So let's make another square. I finished the other 2 squares. I'll show you those in a bit when the light's better. But yeah, once I've done the 3rd square, I think we're on the home straight then, because the bulk of the knitting is done. It's then all about the sewing up, the edges, the hems, the strap. So it's early. I'm going to go and my eyes are stinging. I'm going to go and sit down and drink some coffee and do some knitting. Coffee machine's going in the background a moment. That'll stop in a minute. Right, it is about 7:45 and I have finished, weird lighting, good morning. I finished the cream square. So, if I remember correctly from the pattern book, I now fold this together. So imagine that's the bottom one. And then I've got the other 2 here. So we've then got the lilac-y colour. And then the orangey colour. And I think I'll do them in that colour. I think that's the colour in the pattern. Is it the colour in the pattern? Let me consult my pattern. Yes, that's the actual colour in the pattern as well. So we will put the cream on the bottom, because I think that looks quite nice then, because it's then got a cream edging that comes down here and then a cream handle. So I think that'll be nice and symmetrical. Now I've dropped them. So yeah, I finished all 3. I now need to log on and work, so I won't do any more on this now until this evening. But that was a good few days worth of knitting. Even though it's just garter stitch, you cast on the number of stitches in the pattern and then you just knit. It was a lot of garter stitch. And in the box, I said when I did the unboxing, it's got everything that you need to make the project. The only thing it doesn't have is a tape measure, which was okay, because I obviously have a tape measure at home. But what I did work out, and I'm sure this is not just for my gauge, this was a handy tape measure, because the square is the same width as the pattern book. So I was then able to check my progress by holding the square up against the pattern book. It doesn't look like it fit, but I promise you it is an exact fit. Let me turn it around that way. Yeah. So they even give you a ruler. If you're making project number 1, use the book as a guide. So this really cute little, just slip the first stitch, but it gives you this really cute little edge, which I think is decorative, but I think it will also help you when you're sewing up. So there we go. Quick check-in. I think I've done the lion's share of the work now, because I think most of it now is sewing the triangles to create the actual pouch. And then we crochet an edge in around the triangles, and then we pick up for the handle. I think that's what I remember reading from the pattern. But I'll be back later this evening and I will show you how far I get tonight. But yeah, I'm loving it so far. It's really the pictures in the pattern book. Obviously I'm not a beginner knitter, but if I was, the pictures in the pattern book are actually really helpful, taking you all the way from casting on to knitting. And I can show you this bit. So there's the picture now of how I seam it. So I'm going to get the tapestry needle out that came with it later on, and then sew through all the parts to create my triangle. Take my triangles and create my bag. So I was about to say, have a good day, I'll speak to you later, but you're going to literally watch that bit now. So I've got my 3. Ta-da! Let's turn this into a bag. Hello, hello. Right, I have finished work. My eyes are really dry. I had this in my other video. Was it in this video or in another video? I get hay fever. Spoiler. Not a spoiler? Weird? I don't know. I get hay fever at this time of year. I get tree pollen hay fever, which means by the summer, I don't know why I'm holding my head, the grass pollen doesn't really affect me. But I usually get it around my birthday, and it is still 6 weeks until my birthday, so I don't think it's that. But I don't know. You know when you get itchy? Those of you with hay fever will know exactly what I mean. And I've got a bit of a cough. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, there we go. Nothing to do with the video. Right. I finished work. For an autumn winter person who loves when the clocks go back and the dark evenings, I'm not mad at the fact that it's now nearly 5 o'clock and light outside. I've got a lamp on because, you know, you've got to have lamps on. But yeah, I'm not mad about the fact that it's light outside. So I'm not going to do this bit on camera because I've read the instructions. The instructions are very clear, I think. It's me now trying to think in 3D and work out which side I need to sew, because it tells you to create the inner of the bag by sewing the triangles together. And you can imagine, those of you that have watched for a while, which one of us is the best at IKEA flat pack furniture, me or Mark? Yes, I can't think in 3D. I can picture, I have a mind's eye, I can picture what the bag needs to look like. How I get there and which side I need to, not so much. So I'm not going to do that bit on camera. I'm going to attempt the first bit of sewing and then I'll come back and show you. Okay, right. I'm not going to tell you how long has passed. In fairness, maybe 20 minutes. But if this is the bottom of the bag, obviously triangle, this is the inner. So that's what we're going to put our bits in. So I worked that bit out. I was okay with the one side. It was then turning it in on itself to then work out which edge I was sewing. And I'm not going to lie, I did sew it wrong. And need to spin it around. I've got 24 on the telly. I still haven't watched any 24. I put it back on and then I was like, I need to concentrate. So I am going to put 24 on now while I try and sew the orange one on. And then hopefully we've got the construction of a bag. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Right. I'm using the needle. Very nice and sharp. That came in the box. And I've also got my bird scissors. These are cute. Also very sharp. For those of you that like ASMR and a bit of noise. He's had to be in a home all day on my own. Right, let's go. Okay, so it is 6:30. Mark is on his way home from London. I threw something in the slow cooker before I started doing this. So food is on and it takes 2 hours. We're doing some kind of sausage casserole, bean, tomato-y thing. It smells nice. So I'm cooking. And so that's been done. And we've got a bag. So there's the inside. I've got a hat here. Someone's going to ask what's the capacity of the bag. So in the bag, I can get a hat. Some pens. It's quite spacious. So that is done. I've not sewn any of the ends in. And it doesn't say this in the pattern. But I've not quite joined these bits up on the center points yet. So I think the next section is I'm going to pick up stitches and we're going to go up and around each edge to edge the bag. By not sewing in these little tiny ends though, where I pick the stitches up, I might just want to adjust the center to give a nice neat finish. So I'm just going to leave those as raw edges for a moment. Follow the pattern, pick up the stitches. I think that's what we're doing next. Let me consult my booklet. Yes, sew together, right. Picture 23. Take any colour and with right side of your project facing, start with all 3 panels. Yeah, so start in the middle, pick up stitches around the edge of the bag. Oh, nearly 200 stitches. Oh, actually it does say the same thing. Use the loose ends to connect the edge of the project and sew this some cure together. Yeah, so this will create a neat, clean edge. Ah, look! I didn't write the pattern, but I did work. That was how I would have tackled it. Right, and then we're on to making the strap. Oh, the strap is multicolored. I thought the strap was just cream, but no, the strap is actually changing colour. Oh, that's exciting. Right, so I am about to start step 23. It does feel like a manual. I really like the breakdown of it. So I'm about to start step 23 of 35. So let's go and pick up some stitches, and then I'll probably pick up some stitches, and I think I'm just doing 1 round. So I'll just pick up the stitches. You don't want to see that. You don't want to see it because I'll put my tongue out. Everyone else have a concentration tongue? Yeah, so you don't want to see me doing that and picking up and concentrating for neatness. So I'll do that and then I'll come back and I'll show you the next bit. Also, can I tell you how tired I am at the moment? Because I just pressed stop on the camera, went to go to the sofa to think, oh, I'll text Mark and see how his journey is. Like, where's my phone? Like, where's my phone? It's on the tripod. My God, it's Wednesday. We're nearly at the weekend. Come on, we got this. Right, 7:30. The potatoes are in the oven, if you care about where I am with food. Probably not. Maybe. Sometimes, some of you will have a bit of food chat. Mark is nearly into Cardiff Central. So he'll be in a taxi on the way home soon. So I don't know what relevance that has. Like, like behind the scenes blogs, Anyway, bag. So I've picked up stitches all the way up. And the way the pattern tells you to slip the first edge stitch made it a lot easier to sew up. And also pick up stitches. So we've come around the corners. Ta-da! So a really cool little inside ends. So I need to decide now, do I do my ends first? I might do just so that it neatens it up slightly, shape-wise, and then I'll do the handle over the top. I don't know where in the book it says. The book's over there. I'll get it in a minute. I'm not sure where in the book it says to do ends, but I might do them now because it'll just neaten my corners and then I can just check that the shape is the shape. And then we're picking up stitches on the tops of the corners to create the handle. Oh, he's earlier. Hi. I'm filming. You'd be like, oh, great. Does that smell nice? Yeah. I've told everyone we're having casserole because you were cold. Right, I'm going to go. There he is. Wave to the camera. Right, I'm going to go say hi to Mark. I'm going to sew my ends in and then think about doing the handle. But with a strong wind, it's only 7:30 tonight at the moment. And we've got 2 Coronation Street and 2 Emmerdale to watch. So once we've had food, I might be able to finish this tonight. Good morning. I finished my bag, but I'm late for work and I'm in the office today. So you're going to have to wait until 10 seconds time to see it because I need to go to work. So, but yes, stay tuned because the bag is finished. And now it's the end of the video. I have finished my bag and I'll show you the finished item. So the handle was made last night. You pick up stitches on the edge and then knit the rows, change the colour and keep going. So I chose to do the colours on the opposite sides. I probably have got enough wool that I could have done all one colour, but actually the pattern said to do 3 colours and I do quite like it with the 3 colours. And I put the orange on the purple side and the purple on the orange side and then the cream in the middle. So there we go. There is my completed bag. It's really quite roomy. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I will put it in the family group and I'm sure niece 2 will probably go for it because she likes a bag. But we'll see. It would do me. Like genuinely, like if I'm bobbing to the shop for some milk. Absolutely. So yeah, there we go. We've made it to the end of the project vlog and I have finished my bag. So I really enjoyed making this. Actually a really great little project. So having the pattern, great little gift idea with the simplicity of just kind of the squares and creating that. So I really do like it. I was reflecting this morning then as I was driving to work, having finished this, about the box itself. So obviously this is a project blog, but as I said at the beginning, very much a sponsored video by Hooks and Needles, who very kindly gave me the box to do a review and an honest review. There's no commitment in order to be positive about it other than just declare that they sponsored the video. But actually I think it is really good value for money. When you think about all of the things that when you think about the things that you get in the book, so the book itself says that there's an approximate value. They bill it as $76.25, and it is an American company, so everything is in dollars. And I think it works out in sterling. I think with shipping, it works out about £40 sterling, and it's over £60 worth of goodies that come in it. So it's absolutely value for money. If you break down 3 patterns plus 3 balls of wool plus the extra things. So if you're absolutely new to knitting or to crochet, it actually works out as quite good value for money. And the fact that you get everything in one box, like you can just grab the box and you know you've got everything to make the project. I really like that convenience that comes with it. I've probably got enough wool left. If I mixed and matched the colours, I could probably do pattern number 2 and I could probably do the cup cozy with the little owl design on it. I've probably got enough wool left to do that. So the box is advertised as giving you enough wool to make one of the projects. But having done the bag, which I think is probably the one that takes the most wool, you would have enough, I think, to make that cup. And as I said earlier as well, what I like is the patterns are in difficulty. So if you are a more experienced advanced knitter, then the coloured shawl, I can't read that backwards, the gradient shawl actually would do you, because that's colour work and kind of two-handed. You could do it that way, and it talks about colouring your floats and all the colour work. So I think it's a really good idea in terms of it's not just a box for one level of a knitter or a crocheter. Depending on your skill level, you would find some interest in the box. So honest review, I really like it. I think it's really good value for money, and I really like the ethos behind it in terms of, as I said at the beginning, the fact that you subscribe and you're always going to get box 1 and you go through. So it kind of builds as that subscription. If you are interested, you know, there's no obligations, but if you are interested and you want to try it out, you can use that code Martin20 at the checkout to get 20% off your first box. And there's no ongoing subscription. You can cancel at any time without any commitment or any fees. But I really love the ethos more broadly about the mental health link, the benefits of crafting. Hopefully loads of you folks out there will appreciate that benefit about the mindfulness, slowing down, stopping, taking a breath, doing some crafting, and the benefit that comes with that. So I very much like that. That's something that they talk about within the book and talk about on their website as part of the reason why we craft. So yeah, a really nice way to spend a week doing some knitting, and I've got a finished project. There's another one that I can tick off, and on my weighing things in and out, I will weigh in the 150 grams of wool that I got with that, and I will weigh out the weight of the bag. So again, helps me with my monthly commitments of trying to use more than I'm bringing in. So I feel like that's a good success. So thank you very much for being here and for following me along with this project. Thank you again to Hooks and Needles for sponsoring the video and for providing me with one of their knitting kits. They do also do crochet subscription boxes, so I'm intrigued to see what a crochet one would look like. And yeah, thank you very much for being here and watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video and found something of interest. I will be back next week, when I think next week may be a different month. Is next week a different month? Hold the line, caller, while I check. I'm really bad. Yes, next week is, I don't know, 26, 27. Next week may be the beginning of March, or it may be a February roundup. It may just be something, sitting down chatting about something that I've been working on. Who knows? All I know is I have cast on something new and finished it, and I am itching to start something new. I'm away this weekend with band. I'm off to Oxford, so I've got 10 hours of knitting because I've got 5 hours there, 5 hours back on a bus. I need something slow and mindfulness, and maybe a shawl with some chunky musical theatre, Wicked inspired wool. If you watch my Unravel Roundup, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If you didn't, hop back and watch that. So maybe there'll be a new cast on next week. We'll see. Let me know in the comments below what you've been up to this week. Let me know all of your plans, and let me know about your thoughts on crafting for mental health, any tips or hints that you've got for others that you find really relaxing. I've been talking about it over on the written blog and a few of my other blogs this month about how I try and find a little bit of peace and quiet, even if it's just 10 minutes a day, to slow my mind down and find the benefits of crafting. So I'd love to know any other hints and tips that you folks out there may have. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for being here. Until we speak again, happy crafting.